In the beginning there was perfection. Angels, beings of pure light and divine messengers, inhabited the heavens, carrying out the will of the Creator. However, this harmony was shattered by a rebellion, a cosmic insurrection led by Lucifer, the brightest of the angels. Driven by pride and ambition, Lucifer, later known as Satan, sought to usurp the throne of God. He seduced a third of the angelic host to his side, promising them power and dominion. These fallen angels, consumed by their own lust for power, abandoned their divine purpose and descended to the earth. The Book of Enoch, an ancient text considered apocryphal by some but revered by others for its insights into the unseen realm, provides a detailed account of this rebellion. It describes the fallen angels, also known as the Watchers, as lusting after human women. They transgressed the boundaries set by God, engaging in forbidden unions that resulted in the birth of monstrous offspring. These were not the gentle giants of some folklore. They were abominations, creatures of immense size and strength, driven by insatiable hunger and violent impulses. The consequences of this transgression were immediate and devastating. The earth, once a paradise, became a battleground, ravaged by the violence of the Nephilim, as these hybrid offspring were known. The Book of Enoch paints a grim picture of this era, describing a world consumed by lawlessness, perversion, and bloodshed. The Watchers, in their hubris, had unleashed chaos upon creation, corrupting the very fabric of existence. Their actions were a direct affront to God's divine order, an act of rebellion that demanded retribution. The stage was set for a cataclysmic event, a purging fire that would cleanse the earth of its defilement, and serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of defying the divine will. The fallen angels, in their quest for power and dominion, went beyond merely siring offspring with human women. They delved into forbidden knowledge, manipulating the very building blocks of life to create grotesque hybrids. The Book of Enoch speaks of these angels as possessing secret knowledge passed down from heaven, which they used to corrupt the natural order. They experimented with the DNA of animals and humans, splicing and recombining them in ways that defied the laws of nature. Imagine, if you will, creatures with the bodies of lions and the heads of men, serpents with wings, and beasts with multiple limbs, each more horrifying than the last. These were not simply the products of random mutations, they were meticulously designed abominations, testaments to the fallen angels' twisted ingenuity. The Watchers, it is said, delighted in their creations, reveling in the terror they inspired. They taught humanity their forbidden arts, corrupting their minds with knowledge meant only for divine eyes. This knowledge spread like a virus, infecting civilizations, leading to the rise of blood rituals, human sacrifice, and the worship of false idols. The world, once filled with the beauty and harmony of God's creation, became a grotesque reflection of the fallen angels' twisted desires. The line between humanity and monstrosity blurred, as the earth teemed with creatures born of darkness and defiance. The creation of these hybrids was not merely an act of rebellion, it was a calculated assault on God's creation, a way for the fallen angels to exert their dominance over the physical world. They sought to remake the earth in their own image, a twisted mockery of God's perfect design. The echoes of the fallen angels' transgressions reverberate through the annals of human history, finding expression in the myths and legends of ancient cultures. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the sun-drenched plains of Greece, tales of hybrid creatures and monstrous deities abound, offering tantalizing glimpses into a time when the boundaries between the earthly and the divine were blurred. Consider the ancient Greeks, whose pantheon of gods and goddesses was populated by a menagerie of hybrid beings. The centaurs, with their equine bodies and human torsos, were said to be the offspring of Ixion, a king punished for his lust, and Nephilim, a cloud nymph. The sirens, beautiful yet deadly creatures with the voices of angels and the talons of birds, lured sailors to their doom with their enchanting songs. In Egyptian mythology we find Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, depicted with the head of an ibis, a bird revered for its intelligence. Horus, the god of the sky, is depicted as a falcon-headed man, his keen eyes symbolizing his dominion over the heavens. These hybrid deities, worshipped as gods by ancient civilizations, bear a striking resemblance to the creatures described in the Book of Enoch, suggesting a connection between the fallen angels' experiments and the rise of polytheistic beliefs. Were these hybrid deities merely figments of a fertile imagination, Or did they reflect a deeper truth, a time when the boundaries between the earthly and the supernatural were porous, allowing for the intrusion of the divine and the demonic into the realm of men? The answer perhaps lies hidden in the mists of time, obscured by layers of myth and legend. Yet the persistence of these tales, passed down through generations, suggests a kernel of truth, a collective memory of a time when the world was a stranger, more wondrous and more terrifying place than we can scarcely imagine. Section 4. Divine Retribution, the Great Deluge, and its Aftermath. The proliferation of wickedness and the grotesque creations born from the union of angels and humans could not go unanswered. The Creator, witnessing the desecration of his creation, decided to purge the world of its defilement. The instrument of this purification would be water, the lifeblood of the planet, transformed into a raging torrent of destruction. Thus began the Great Deluge, a cataclysmic flood that would reshape the earth and serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of defying the divine will. The Bible, in the book of Genesis, recounts the story of Noah, a righteous man chosen by God to build an ark, a vessel that would preserve him and his family, along with 2 of every living creature, from the impending flood. The deluge was not merely a natural disaster, it was a divine judgment, a cleansing fire sent to eradicate the wickedness that had infected the earth. The floodwaters rose, engulfing the highest mountains, obliterating all traces of the fallen angels' creations. The Nephilim, those monstrous offspring of angels and humans, were swept away, their reign of terror brought to an abrupt end. The earth, once teeming with life, was reduced to a watery wasteland, a silent testament to the destructive power of sin. But the flood was not only a punishment, it was also an act of mercy, a chance for a new beginning. With the wickedness of the old world washed away, God made a covenant with Noah, promising never again to destroy the earth by flood. The rainbow, a symbol of hope and renewal, would forever serve as a reminder of this divine promise. The flood marked a turning point in human history, a separation between the antediluvian world, an era of giants and monsters, and the post-diluvian world, the world we inhabit today. Yet, the legacy of the fallen angels and their hybrid creations would not be so easily erased. Section 5. Whispers in the Shadows, Post-Flood Hybrids. Despite the cleansing power of the Great Deluge, whispers persist, hinting at the survival of hybrid creatures. Ancient texts, fragments of forgotten lore speak of monstrous beings lurking in the shadows, remnants of a bygone era when the world was young and the lines between the natural and the supernatural were blurred. The Bible itself, in Genesis 6 verse 4, makes a curious statement, noting that there were giants in the earth in those days and also after that. This enigmatic passage suggests that the Nephilim, thought to have been wiped out by the flood, may have somehow endured, their bloodlines continuing in secret, their presence a disquieting reminder of humanity's capacity for darkness. Then there are the cryptids, those creatures of myth and legend that defy categorization, their existence flitting between the realms of folklore and scientific possibility. Bigfoot, the Yeti, the Loch Ness Monster, these names evoke a sense of wonder and terror, tapping into a primal fear of the unknown. Could these elusive beings be remnants of the fallen angels' experiments? Creatures that have managed to survive in the hidden corners of the world, evading detection for millennia? Some researchers believe that certain cryptids, with their unusual physical characteristics and reported abilities, bear a striking resemblance to the hybrid creatures described in ancient texts. The Mothman, for example, with its glowing red eyes and bat-like wings, has been linked to ancient stories of winged demons, harbingers of doom and disaster. While the existence of cryptids remains a subject of debate, their persistence in folklore and their occasional appearance in modern times suggest that the world may hold more secrets than we realize. Perhaps, lurking in the shadows, hidden from the prying eyes of humanity, are creatures that defy our understanding of biology and evolution, remnants of a time when the world was a stranger, more wondrous and more terrifying place. The Bible recounts the battles of the Hebrews with giant tribes like the Anakim, Zuzim, and Emim. These giants, such as Og, king of Bashan, were said to have 6 fingers and toes on each hand and foot. Joshua and David, renowned leaders, fought these formidable foes. Historical findings of giant skeletons with 6 fingers and toes and double rows of teeth fortify these accounts. The Siteka, a red-haired giant tribe, were said to have hunted and eaten humans, leading to fierce battles with the Paiute Indians. These stories echo the ancient struggles between humans and giants. Such tales, found throughout history, suggest that the world may still harbor remnants of these ancient hybrids, hidden in the shadows, waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and if you found this enlightening, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. Also, feel free to check out the powerful books written by TKW, the link is in the description.